Today we are checking out the new Sony A7V, a really great camera, a powerhouse, and compare it with my beloved A7C II. Do we really need that in dental photography? This is really a great camera, and we go and compare the two cameras. Both have the same 33 megapixel sensor that already was built in the A7 IV. Both cameras have this fantastic 33 megapixel sensor. In the A7V, it's partially stacked, so the readout speed is 4.5 times faster. Do we need that? It's a firm no, not for dental photography. For many other things, yes. But for dental photography, if somebody tells you, go for the A7V just for your dental office, this is like a spoiler that you don't need. That personally, I would stay with the A7C II and better invest into the new 100 millimeter macro lens, replacing the 90 millimeter macro lens rather than at this point upgrade. Stacked sensors are designed to virtually eliminate what we call a rolling shutter. Distortion in fast moving video or burst photography of subjects like sports, and unless your patient's teeth would move at 60 miles per hour, the standard back illuminated, we call that BSI sensor in the A7C II gives you more than the quality you need for patient records. You won't see any difference when shooting with the same settings, either with the A7V or the A7C II, using the same lens and the same flashlight. So the A7V comes with the brand new, what we call BIONZ XR2 processor. Sounds very complicated, and is integrating even more advanced AI processing unit. The A7C II has this excellent first generation AI chip, which was already a huge leap forward. Do we need that? My answer here is maybe, but primarily for portrait photography. There you could have a small advantage, but you need to take your time to take good and great portrait pictures. By the way, check out also my workshop on dental portrait photography here. The link is in the description below. So the A7V is slightly stickier and faster at locking onto eyes in challenging lighting conditions, which can be beneficial for your full face before and after patient portraits. However, for 90% of our intraoral work, we are either on manual focus, I would say, for critical macro focus shots, you might use fixed point autofocus on a specific landmark. The A7C II with its AI is already more than capable, or maybe even an overkill also there for patients sitting still in a chair. The incremental gain here isn't worth the cost for most dental practices. But I know some of you, they just want to have the latest gadget. The A7V offers dual card slot. So we don't have just one card slot. The A7C II has one card slot, and the A7V, basically because it's a pro camera, you can have also SD cards and CF Express cards. So these are the much faster, a little bit thicker. You need fast cards for high speed shooting, for video shooting. The A7C II, one card, A7V, two cards. Do we need that? My answer is probably not for daily clinical use, because most of the time we shoot and we transfer our images either with Wi-Fi or card reader and put it directly to our patient records. So no real advantage in the dental photography workflow. In high stakes environment like a wedding or a major event, a card failure can be catastrophic. But in a dental office, our workflow is different. I showed you the way to use the creator's app, Wi-Fi protocols, or the old way, remove the SD card, put it in a reader, and then do the rest. What we do. And I also posted what cards to use. I recommend a single high quality V60 or V90 SD card to put into your A7C II. You have enough speed and enough security for your clinical records. So this added complexity and cost of a dual card slot that makes also the camera bigger is not necessary for us in the dental practice. The A7V has a larger body. You see the grip is deeper, and the A7C II is way more compact. So even with everything mounted, you see I can remove the flash, the trigger. You see the A7C II is way more compact compared to the A7V. The viewfinder on the A7C II is on the side. I was like a viewfinder photographer. And if you use a viewfinder, it's important that the viewfinder is in the axis of the lens. But I'm shooting more and more only using the back screen. So I don't care about this viewfinder that much anymore. But the viewfinder on the A7V is great, has a high resolution. Also, the back screen has a higher resolution than the one on the A7C II. And do we need the larger body? My answer also here is not really. It actually makes hygiene and handling more difficult. So this is even a more complex surface to clean compared to the sleek design of the A7C II. And a side note on this, we never put cameras in our sterilization units. They are not medical devices and would be instantly destroyed. So this is important to know. Our primary method is meticulous surface disinfection. The A7V is even harder to really clean. That's the thing. And I have also put together like a clinical hygiene protocol just for you. What I want to share with you, this is what I call the clean hands rule. This is paramount. Always switch to clean gloves or use freshly washed bare hands before touching the camera for patient photos. This is the most important hygiene recommendation I can give you. It's a matter of seconds to switch on new gloves, to pick up the camera and then take the pictures, put the camera down, switch to gloves if you really go back to your patient's mouth. So this is to prevent cross-contamination and keeps your gear, even after using it, it looks like fresh out of the store. So this is what I'm eager for, that everything looks clean and professional. What I also recommend you to use is, and I show you here, this is, by the way, the ring to attach the Godox ring flash. I have mounted a UV filter. So this is a Nano Pro shock-proof ULR clear filter by HIDA. I recommend putting these filters that let all the light through, so you have no degradation in the quality of your images. As you see from the side, this UV filter is much easier to clean, so it protects your camera. If any aerosol or something would hit the lens, it's much easier to clean because these UV filters are scratch proof. So you protect your lens and you have safer environment. So the A body is around 700 grams, so it stays 695 grams. The A7C II body is approximately 514. That's 200 grams difference. And you say 200 grams, that's not so much. But if you hold it the whole day, the 200 grams start really playing a role, especially if you shoot one-handed. So I like the ergonomic thing of this camera. Basically, we use also the left hand as our tripod when shooting. This is a well-balanced setup. Do we need the extra weight? Nobody needs extra weight. So less is more here. And when you add the 90 millimeter or the even more heavy 100 millimeter macro lens, the weight difference becomes even more important. As I mentioned, so this is for the single-handed, and it's also important, I call it the assistant factor. If you give your assistant the camera in the hand and she says, wow, this is not heavy, they feel more comfortable and they love more shooting also clinical photos for you to support you in your workflow. So at launch, the Sony A7V is coming in at around $2,900, body only. The Sony A7C II is currently around $2,180, so it's around $700 difference. So that's a price difference that you almost get your Godox MF12 dental twin flash system or almost a 90 millimeter macro lens for the price. So for your dental office, I would consider going for the A7C II and get you for the price difference is almost this macro lens. So you get more value for the money in the dental setting. So to wrap it up, the Sony A7V, I have to show you also what I really love is the back screen. The back screen is not only a flip screen, you have it from the A1, so you can also, you see, it also clicks out. So you have really, wow, many possibilities to position your back screen, but also there might not be so useful in dental photography, but for many other things, it's really cool. So this is one A7V, one of the most advanced camera out in the market. A lot of reviews going on, a lot of hype. Also here, if we check the attachments, you see there's a full HDMI output. We have, compared to the A7C II, we have a dual USB in and out. So yeah, it has everything the pro cameras in the Sony lineup have. Basically, this is great for hybrid shooters, videographers. It goes perfectly along with cameras like the Sony ZV-E1, FX30 that we are using here, or an FX3. I think this will be the go-to camera for a lot of content creators, photographers, videographers. For us in the operatory, focusing on precision, dental photography, and clear patient records, for me, the A7C II still remains my number one choice. Lighter, easier to maintain. The A7V is the better camera. No doubt about that. If you look at the specifications, this is the better camera. But the A7C II is the better dental tool. Which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Follow us also on Instagram. Stay tuned. May the light be with you. Voila.